What is up, guys? Ben and welcome back to episode number 25 of Mission Milan. If you didn't see my last couple episodes, do be sure to head over to my channel. Link is in the description on the screen and over on my channel if you want to see them. So do be sure to go and do that, just so you know where we are in the league and what's going on. We are just obviously coming out of the summer transfer window, and we have made some really big signings. Obviously, we've signed Yaya Toure, Thiago Silva, Daniel Sturridge. 3 players, 1 midfielder, 1 defender, 1 attacker. Exactly what we needed. We are receiving offers still from the likes of Barcelona for Jeremy Menez. Obviously, I put Menez up for sale when I wanted to buy Yaya Toure and I couldn't quite afford him. But obviously now we have Yaya Toure. I do not want to sell Jeremy Menez. Menez is one of our better players. Rated 83, still quite young. Still got a lot left in him, I think. So, I don't really want to get rid of him. But if Barcelona offer in the 20 million range, then he will be going. So we'll have to see until the end of the episode, or wait till the end of the episode, to see what happens with Jeremy Menez's future. But we do come up into the first game against Catania. A decent side last year. Gave me a couple of good games, especially away. I've been struggling away a lot, but I think that's just the way that FIFA 15 is on Legendary. You struggle away from home, but it'll be good to see what we do and what ends up happening. By the end of the league. Obviously, the aim is to win the Champions League, but I still think we're a couple of seasons away from that, if I'm honest. We still got a lot of players where we need to strengthen. A couple in particular, maybe another new centre-back. Alex is getting injured quite often. Maybe a new goalkeeper, and maybe a new attacker again. Maybe Daniel Sturridge isn't really doing it for me. I know I've only played a couple of pre-season games, but as of yet, Daniel Sturridge really isn't doing it for me. So that's the team we're going to run. Lopez, Danilo, Alex, Thiago Silva, and De Sciglio, Yaya Toure in the CDM, Bonaventura on the left, El Shaarawy on the right, Cazorla at Cam, Hernandez and Sturridge up front. A pretty good team, some big names in there. We'll just have to see how they perform on the pitch. Like I said, Daniel Sturridge hasn't done it for me in pre-season, so this is a good time to step up, but we'll have to see when we get into the actual game just now. So we do go in, obviously, a home game to start things off, which is exactly what we want. A home game is needed, basically. Pretty much guarantees a win, I'm not going to lie. Home games, that's what home games do, they just guarantee you wins, pretty much. And we start things off with De Sciglio getting the first goal of the season, which is pretty strange, and Cazorla scoring not too long afterwards. And then we get Bonaventura on the scorecard, and then it just goes a little bit of a rampage from there. A few little substitutions and stuff. Cazorla gets a second, Toure comes off, Sturridge came off really early. I don't know if he was just playing bad or what, but I'm not even going to try and pronounce his name because I'm really bad, but he actually gets a goal for us, which is pretty damn awesome. And puts Daniel Sturridge under a little bit of pressure, which is good. If pressure is good, then he might start picking up his game and he might actually start scoring some goals. So we're going to advance on into the next game, and we do actually have a Champions League game in this episode. I think it's Champions League anyway. It's quite weird. It's very early for Champions League, but I'm not going to complain. I like the Champions League. That's exactly what we want to aim for. So we're just making a few little substitutions around, making sure we have the right players on the bench and stuff. Making sure we have Menez on the bench rather than just sitting in the reserves, because if he's sitting in the reserves at 83, then God knows what we're going to do. But hopefully we can carry on with things and it'll be absolutely fine. Just going to make a few more substitutions and then we'll just get straight on into the next game. I think we have a league game before the Champions League game. I think the league game is against oh my goodness, I can't remember who the league game is against. I can't remember, you'll have to see in a minute. But we do start things off with the transfer deadline day, which should be interesting. Hopefully some big things happen. As you can see, Khedira goes to Barcelona from United, Sturridge goes to us obviously from Liverpool, Icardi goes to Barca from Inter Milan. That's the one. Barcelona spending a lot of money, obviously. Icardi, the Khedira, they wanted Menez, they wanted a lot of players. It's a lot of money they've spent, and hopefully we don't come across them in the Champions League, obviously with Messi as well. As we can see, 63.7 million will be spent in the transfer deadline day. I think yes, 5 hours left, so I'll just ruin it for you now. 63 million gets spent. I think De Santos goes to Liverpool from is it Villarreal? Obviously Villarreal. How could I not know that? For 26 million, so they pretty much spend all of the money on De Santos, what they got from Daniel Sturridge. So It's a pretty good bit of business from them just to see how he does. I kind of wish I went for him now because I think he's younger than Daniel Sturridge. I don't think he's quite rated as high, but he is definitely younger than Sturridge. So, you know, I maybe made a little bit of a mistake, especially because Daniel Sturridge really isn't doing it for me at the minute. Still hasn't scored a AC Milan goal, I believe. So we're going to advance on into the next game. And I believe it is a league game, but I can't quite remember because I recorded this last night. Yeah, no, it is a league game against Palermo, or I think it's Palermo, the side that Michele used to play for. He quite disappointed that he left because obviously he isn't on FIFA anymore, but he probably would have got nerfed like Di Natale did anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much. So we go on into the game against Palermo, and it is an away game, so obviously a little bit of a scare because away games just seem to do you over sort of thing. But nonetheless, we're going into the game and nothing really happens to begin with, which is strange because we either usually concede or score early on. They actually get the first goal just before half-time, I believe. It's a bit of a pain in the bum. Hernandez equalises not too long after, though. So a 1-1 draw away would be, it'd be a bit of a pain, but, you know, at least it's not a loss this early on in the season. So a draw, you know, I would take a draw and boom, they score in the last couple of minutes. So we do actually lose already. We only lost 2 games in the whole of last year. We've lost 1 already. So pretty much an undefeated season from now on in is what it's going to take to win the league, I think. But like I said, I'm not concentrating on the league. It is all about the Champions League. Hopefully we can get a little bit of money from the likes of Menez. We might have to sell Menez in January and pick up a new striker because Daniel Sturridge, like I said, he still hasn't scored a AC Milan goal. So we do go into the game against Fenerbahce. As you can see in our group is us, obviously, Atletico Madrid, Lokomotiv Moscow and Fenerbahce. We had Fenerbahce last year. It's a little bit like Manchester City and CSK Moscow. You know, we had them last year, and Bayern. You know, so we always get a tough group, but we scored very, very early on with El Shaarawy, which is really good. Obviously at home, I'm a lot more confident at home than I am away, and you know that shows. We get a really good result here. Cazorla scores the second goal to make it 2-0, and then we keep pushing from there. Toure makes it 3-0. A couple of yellow cards, a couple of injuries. Sturridge finally gets the goal he's been waiting for, and he's like a number 2 bus. When one comes along, loads of them come along. So he scores 2 goals in this game, and we win the game 5-0. So that's the end of the episode, guys. If you could drop a like and a comment, that'd be pretty damn awesome. We are back to the normal length episodes now because obviously we're out of the transfer deadline day, so after this we'll be going back to 5-minute episodes. But anyways, that's the end of this episode. Like I said, we do have Torino in the next game and then Lazio. Be looking forward to seeing that in the next couple of days. But anyways, don't forget to do all that social media stuff. Twitter is on your screen now. Share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook, share it with friends and family and all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios.